Welcome again in the English e-lecture series of SVP Government Dungarpur. In the part first, we were discussing the brief introduction of Go and Catch a Falling Star. As we have discussed that Go and Catch a Falling Star, a song by John Donne, is a 3-stanza poem that is separated into 3 stanzas, and the foregoing scheme or rhyme scheme of the pattern of this poem is A B A B A B A B C C and D D D and D D D. For example, the first 4 lines are the same with the 7 syllable. The next 2 contain 8. Then there are 2 true syllable lines, and finally the stanza ends with the 7 line. Here, while this piece does not feature the characteristic of metaphysical conceit found in other of Donne's work, there are an interesting comparison presented between these stanzas. And there are 3 stanzas, and you will find the sequence or the comparison between these 3 stanzas. When we go in the summary of the poem, or when we go in the summary or the interpretation of the stanzas, in the first stanza of this poem, go and catch a falling star, get with a child a mandrake root, tell me where all past years are, or who cleft the devil's foot, teach me the hear mermaids singing, or to keep off envy's stinging, and find what wind serves to honest and one's mind. A list of impossible tasks. These all tasks are impossible. No woman in the world. In the sequence, we can say the speaker goes to tell the listener that if were to venture in the strange, unknown, or numerous impossible tasks, they include catching a falling star and teaching him how to hear mermaids singing. So these all are impossible tasks. Of the locating of a beautiful stanza, that one comes to realize that Donne is comparing these impossibilities to a locating of a beautiful and faithful woman. He believes that one is just as likely to figure how and why the devil's foot, mermaid singing in everything, or every example, every impossible task is really impossible though. In fact, he states that one might think that they have found a woman of his liking, but she would eventually turns out to be false. And in the second stanza, when we talk about the second stanza, he goes to the task of the listener to tell in the second stanza that if thou beest born to strange sights, thing invisible to see, write 10,000 days and nights till age snow white hairs on thee. Thou, when thou returns, will tell me all strange wonders that befall thee, and fear nowhere there lives a woman true and fair. So this is the result of all these, including all these impossible tasks. So in the second stanza, he reveals the true purpose of this piece. To complain about the unfair way he has been treated by the woman. He expresses his belief that there is no woman who are true and fair. Or honest and beautiful in the world. In the first line, he tells the listener that maybe if thou beest born to strange sights, maybe it is your superpower, or to honest and another thing, most simply, if you are used to sing unbelievable things, then you should write 10,000 days and night, right? 10,000 long journey. You can have long journey to improve your thought, that nights and seek as many strange wonders as can be found. He believes that anyone who attempts this would have to ride until their hair turned gray white and gray, and still they would not come upon a woman that true and fair. It is interesting to consider how the speaker came to his thoughts in the poem. And the last stanza of this poem, if you found any in the final line, songs and sonnets, the final stanza, the speaker states that have the text of this poem. Listen. If you findest one, let me know. Such a pilgrimage were sweet, yet do not I would not go, though at next door we might meet. Though she were true when you met her, and last till you write your letter, yet she will be false ere I came to know her. This is the result of all these group of activities, of group of impossible tasks, plus the same thing of finding a woman both true and fair. So in the final lines of the songs and sonnets, Go and Catch a Falling Star, the speaker states that if thou findest a woman who is both of these things, true and fair, then he will go on a pilgrimage to find her. He would suffer if there was a chance he could find the perfect partner. He knows that this isn't going to be the case, so he does not go. The speaker states that there is always the impossibility. He counts this is impossible. This is impossibility of everything. Like the same, we are not in the condition to find the woman that is true and fair. So the speaker states that there is always the possibility that a woman who seems true and fair comes to him, but he thinks more than likely that she will be false eventually. There might be a period of time before the realization comes to the pass. Before realization of the comes to the pass, but he knows that it eventually will. The lines are clearly problematic from a contemporary perspective, then does not explain that flow these women have, or does he include women who are not to him beautiful. He therefore separates women into two categories. So those who are beautiful and faithlessness, and those who are ugly and are not worth considering. So this is the short introduction or interpretation of the poem or the song Go and Catch a Falling Star. Thank you.